Oh, let's try that again.
All right, we are back with the RW Wrestling Podcast, and we are here to review the Royal Rumble 2003.
What number is
Brought to you
this?
by PlayStation 2.
Okay. As we're recording next to my PS5, we're talking about the PlayStation 2 coming to next-gen graphics next year. You'll never believe the mega blocks you'll see.
To be 100% fair, if you want to make a PS5, just tape a 2 and a 3 together.
I mean, that's true.
Wow.
And then you could charge $600 and go buy an actual PlayStation 5 because some dumbass bought it.
Facts.
Or you can just sell the box to your PS5, put it in the description so you're not actually cheating, and somebody will buy your PlayStation 5 box for $500.
Assholes. But all right, we started this show with Big Show versus Brock Lesnar.
Didn't we just review this at Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So Big Show did a couple shoulder tackles to Lesnar. Lesnar did 2 belly-to-belly suplexes to Big Show. Big Show throws Lesnar over the top rope, which for some reason it bared a replay. Big Show did some corner chops to Lesnar. Big Show did a Beal to Lesnar.
Beal!
Lesnar did a German to Big Show.
Stefan Diggs style?
Heyman grabs Lesnar's leg. Big Show does a big boot and a side slam to Lesnar. Lesnar then attempted a roll-up after reversing a choke slam. Lesnar then does a belly-to-belly to Big Show again.
One thing, how amazing would it have been if Brock Lesnar used the most devastating move in sports entertainment to pin the fucking Big Show?
Nice.
It's true.
That would have broke what culture's algorithm.
Big Show does a choke slam to Lesnar. Paul Heyman at this point attempts to get involved. And Brock essentially attempts to throw Show into Heyman. And he doesn't hit Heyman at all, but Heyman takes the bump.
That was great, because the camera caught it so perfectly that Heyman just jumped off the apron.
Lesnar then does an F5 to Big Show, and Brock Lesnar wins.
One of the worst F5s he's done.
Well, this was just a vehicle to get Lesnar to the Rumble. It wasn't meant to be like the match of the night. So, but
I don't know, you put this match together with his one of Survivor Series, and you almost got a 10-minute mid-card match.
True, very true.
Almost.
Yeah, true. Yeah. The first half of this 10-minute match was for the title, and then suddenly it wasn't for the title.
Yeah, just for a spot in the Rumble. They booked this backwards.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, could you imagine a match like halfway through being for a title you never had? That'd be entertaining.
Well, it's like I stated when we were watching. I was like, man, it's like having the feud start in the Hell in a Cell and ending a singles match on Raw. What the fuck just happened?
Oh, yeah, because it was a feud for the title. And then Big Show loses the title. Then now they're just for a spot in the Rumble.
Yeah, well, this is Heyman's way of trying to get Lesnar to not be in the Rumble, so...
I'm going to have to edit both of those out.
Yep.
All right, now continue your statement. I'm going to have to edit that like 15 seconds out.
Well, is that like a notification for like an app, or is that like your text notification or something?
That's just, that? I don't even know. My notification tone is the same for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Just like yours is the beep.
All right, now let's get back to the program so I can edit that last bit out.
All right, so I mean, obviously Lesnar's on his way to the title because they're setting up him and Angle, and this is the vehicle to get into the Rumble that will get him to Angle. So
there's the Angle that'll get him to Angle.
Yes, the Angle's Angle, yeah.
Brock's Angle for Angle.
I mean, the story's fine. I mean, Paul Heyman was there to make sure Lesnar does not get anywhere in life. He hates Lesnar right now.
The angle for Brock to angle towards Angle.
Yeah. That's a cute angle you got there.
Yeah, it's an acute angle.
Yeah, did you see Heyman's facials when Lesnar hit that belly to belly on Lesnar? He couldn't believe it. I'm sorry, on show, he couldn't believe it.
He was like, what?
I mean, you just saw this at Survivor Series when Brock had damaged ribs. How are you still shocked?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was with an F5.
I'm glad Show decided to land on his shoulder for every one of the Germans because we wouldn't have Brock Lesnar right now. So.
Yeah, he'd have crushed his head. I watched Brock move his head once so that he wouldn't get landed on.
Yeah, this match was pretty cut by the numbers. It was just a vehicle to get to the Rumble. However, I will say this, though. When Heyman grabbed Lesnar's foot, that should have been a DQ, right? So, either way, Lesnar wins. So, I'm just... Rules.
Rules.
Damn it.
We'll get on rules about when and why and how refs can decide not to disqualify people later.
We could do a whole podcast on that and cite examples. I'm sure we could figure like a half an hour podcast on that shit.
Oh, let's not say we did.
I mean, it might be better than reviewing that Steiner Triple H match in a second.
Yeah, so like to me, this match, like I said earlier, it's kind of like feels like just there for a vehicle for Lesnar. But at the same time, I gave it a 6. It was pretty much just there, but like still, it was some fun stuff. And I just give it a 6.
Stop.
What are you thinking?
It's a 5.
I gave it a 5.5.
Wow, I outrated both of you guys.
Well, the thing is for me, it was teetering between 5.5 and a 6. You know, because it's cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Apparently, given what you said earlier before we started, this won't be the only match we disagree on pretty heavily.
Oh, well, when it comes to that other match, we will agree. I said the first 10 minutes was different.
Yeah, but because you have the thought of the first 10 minutes being decent, I still think we're going to disagree pretty heavily.
So then,
fair enough.
What happened after this, Albert?
All right, we got Terry Reynolds interviewing Chris Jericho, and the first thing I saw was Chris Jericho has a "Don't Be an Ass Clown" shirt. It blatantly says the word "ass" on it. It's like 50,000 font. It's freaking big.
It's Albert's favorite thing because of the random ass match review.
Yeah.
He sees ass. He thinks it's the best thing ever.
And there's nothing wrong with a big ass.
What about Mae Young's tits?
That's completely irrelevant here, sir.
Mae Young's ass?
Oh, still irrelevant. God damn, you guys.
It still has to do with ass, nonetheless.
Yeah. That's gonna be. We're gonna bring that up like numerous times over like the next 5 years, right? Every podcast will be like Mae Young this, Mae Young that.
Well, to be 100% fair, you did somewhere in that audio say that you loved Mae Young's tits.
When is the Mae Young appreciation podcast?
Yeah, too bad the podcast can't pick up sarcasm, you know.
Hey man, it's an audio podcast. It's just words. You can see your facial expression. I love Mae Young.
So that's why I said sarcasm. Duh. All right, so Terry wants to know why Chris Jericho chose to be number 2 in the Rumble.
Because he's number 2.
Jericho did it is because Michael was number 1, and he wants to, you know.
That's because he's the drizzling shits.
All right. So Terry says, well, you had an option of picking any number you wanted, you chose number 2. Why is that? And Chris Jericho says, I didn't have an option. Mr. McMahon made Shawn Michaels number 1 entrant. McMahon's just giving it out to people. So despite the obvious favoritism in the WWE, I am still something that Michaels will never be, and that's the first ever undisputed champion. And just like I rose to the occasion on that night, I will rise to the occasion tonight, and I will win the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania. So,
baby,
no, you won't.
You will never,
ever win a Royal Rumble, Chris Jericho.
Don't spoil the finish, Dylan. Jesus, gosh. You're acting like this happened like 20 years ago. Damn.
He never won a Royal Rumble, still to this day.
Yeah.
Hey, so the more recent Rumbles, I'm talking about the past 10 years. Have you noticed any decline or maybe a plateau when wrestlers say, I'm going to eliminate everybody one by one, and I'm going to match with 29 other guys? Has that kind of like promo style about the Rumble decreased over time, or have you noticed anything about that?
I haven't paid that close of attention, to be fair.
Well,
I mean, we just watched like 4 Rumbles in the last 2 months. Why can't we?
I mean, I hear them say they're going to win, but I don't hear them going, I'm going to throw 29 men over the top rope, because how many times has that happened? Zero.
You can't say 29 men anymore, because you never know when one of those females is going to get thrown in there every year now. Well, even now they got a women's Rumble, so it won't happen, but before the women's Rumble, they were throwing women in there. China was in there, Nia Jax was in there, Awesome Kong was in there for some reason that one year.
Yeah.
Nia Jax was in there the year that there was a women's Rumble.
That too.
Okay, so then my follow-up question is what are the chances that WWE will ever book a Rumble where the first guy gets in there, eliminates everybody, and wins it?
The closest we got to that was
this
last
year.
That was
last year, yeah. Brock Lesnar was the closest we got.
Yeah.
Unless it's Brock Lesnar again. Shit, put Keith Lee in there number 1 and do that.
Fair enough. I agree. So you think there's a chance, but a very, very, very small one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, what the hell? Your voice cracked there, sir?
I'm trying to do the Chris Jericho thing where he says saying ever at the very. Work out too well. Very. All right.
Then we went to the World Tag Team title match.
Paige here.
Paige was not here for this one. William Regal and Lance Storm took on the Dudley Boys.
Oh, don't forget we had another little advertisement for the Rumble sponsor, which is the PlayStation 2. Because everybody got one of those.
You know the best part about this is he's watching on the network. I don't think we had those.
I don't think we did either.
Well, luckily it doesn't. I was waiting for it to come up like 3 more times just so I could make like a gimmick for the night, but like it didn't, so it kind of ruined my
Oh, you can keep doing it. I just have a point here. They took the time to edit out their PlayStation 2 ads from the Royal Rumble 03, but not to fix the censor bar for Mae Young's tits in the Royal Rumble 2000 when they made the DVD.
I would have appreciated seeing this ad over and over again, but yeah, you're right. Like, what the F, WWE? I swear they're trolling. I swear they're trolling with those Mae Young tit sticks. I swear. Because, like, you know what? Now all of these people are going to have to watch Mae Young saggy egg on a stick, freaking pennies dragging down to her waist.
Did you say egg on a stick?
I feel like if we keep going on about this, we're going to talk more about Mae Young's tits in this podcast than the podcast tits actually happening.
Well, did he just say egg on a stick?
Yeah, raw egg on a stick.
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right. William Regal and Lance Storm versus the Dudley Boys. Let's go.
Best part of this match is the Dudley Boys music.
First things first is they showed the wrong graphic for the wrong tag titles.
Yeah, they put it. They're wearing the new Raw tag titles that are awesome, but they still got the old generic like. They were nice too, but they were just the tag titles that they had the graphic for.
Yeah,
they've had the Raw and SmackDown tag titles for at least 3 months now. They could fix the fucking graphics.
Hey, wrestling.
Mae Young.
Speaking of Mae Young, Bubba Dudley one time put her through a table. So
everything connects on the RW's podcast somehow.
Bubba Ray Dudley did a hip toss to Storm. Bubba did a double choke bomb to Storm. Devon did a spinning elbow to Storm. Devon did a flying clothesline and a slam to Regal.
Man, these name moves are making this sound a lot more exciting than it actually was.
Storm and Regal clothesline Devon.
Okay, there you go.
Regal does an exploder suplex to Devon. Storm does the Regal stretch to Devon as William Regal kicks Devon in the head. Regal does a monkey flip to Devon. Bubba does a clothesline and a backdrop to Storm. Bubba does a splash to Regal and the Storm.
And the Storm?
And to Storm. Bubba does a German to Storm. Bubba does the Bubba Bomb to Storm. Bubba does a slam to Regal, and the Dudley Boys do the What's Up spot to Regal's ballsack.
Nice.
The Dudleys do a flapjack to Storm. Dudleys do a 3D to Regal. At this point, Val Venus comes out.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on some of the conversations we were having about Val Venus while we were watching this, before he came out when we were watching this match.
And Val Venus is trying to distract the referee so Regal can grab the brass knuckles. Well, they hit the 3D. Devon takes the brass knuckles from Regal's hand, hits Storm in the face with the brass knuckles, and the Dudley Boys win the tag titles.
So, before we talk about the match, I want to comment. I thought about this halfway through. The way you read off the notes, I wonder how you would decipher doing a James Storm versus Lance Storm match. Storm hits Storm with...
Well, then you just say James and Lance.
But you wouldn't do it. Storm hit Storm with a beer bottle. Oh, that must have been Dave. No, it was Lance.
I would have to say Lance versus James, because in Jeff versus Jeff, I had to say Hardy Jarrett.
Not to forget, here comes Tony Storm as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Tim Storm.
Tony Storm's hot.
Yeah. What do you think I had to do with the Brittany Knight and Saraya Knight review I did the other day?
I'm surprised you didn't just call her Paige the entire time, to be
Paige,
honest.
Because she wasn't Paige. I mean, technically, I'm not wrong. So it sounded better if it was Brittany Knight, because it technically was Brittany Knight.
But yeah, so the Dudley Boys won the tag titles. I don't know how many times this is at this point in time.
16 after they won. 16.
That was number 16?
I was surprised too. Michael Cole, I could have sworn he said it was that they were 15-time champs going into the match. I could have sworn it.
You mean Jerry Lawler and JR? Because Michael Cole wasn't on commentary for this one.
Michael Cole and Taz were doing. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
They did the Big Show Lesnar match.
Okay, well, somebody mentioned 15-time tag champs. I'm sorry, it wasn't Cole. I'm sorry. It was either JR or Lawler.
Show him Lesnar's on 15.
I could have sworn one of them said 15-time tag champs going into the matchup. It was probably JR.
Jesus Christ, I didn't think it was that many at this point.
Fucking sideways.
Me too. I mean, they had a lot in ECW. They had like 7 times in the 3 years they were there.
Fuck if I know.
It was a pretty high number. I mean, tag team belts get hot potatoed anyway, so I'm not surprised.
Unless you're AEW. Long title reigns.
Yeah.
Well, not long title reigns, but long title reigns.
So every Dudley Boys match has to get the "We Want Tables" chant. We heard that twice, or I did anyway.
Well, we weren't paying attention to the chants, but they were probably there.
I was too busy talking about Val Venus's conspiracy theories and why he got kicked off Twitter.
And then he popped up on the television.
And then he showed up on TV. I'm like, I gotta stop talking about people I don't want to see on TV.
Then, of course, when you have two members of a team who are from other countries where they say they are,
USA.
America. God damn it,
America. I thought this was America.
All right, I got a question for you guys. Okay, so his name is Bubba Ray, right?
Yes.
How do you know his name isn't Bray? And he started the beat. Silence. I like that. Nice.
I'm not gonna make the joke that came to my head when you said that.
Nice. His name is Bray. I'm telling you, and he started the beat. Bray. His name is Bray.
Bray, and hits him in the head.
Silence. Just how I like my woman.
This.
Yeah. I mean, this match was pretty boring. It was fun to see the Dudley Boys. Don't get me wrong. But it's just this match was pretty. I mean, if it was like the Dudleys and the Hardys or whatever, cool, was fine. But they ran that road like all the way to the ground, so there wasn't a way they're gonna keep going with the Hardys. Especially the Hardy Boys are breaking out now, or have broken out by now. Same thing with Edge and Christian, which they're all in the Rumble, which is weird. Let's see. What was the thing? How is the Bubble Bomb a finisher? What does it do?
Hurts asses.
Yeah, it hurts your ass.
Hurts the guy giving's ass too.
True. They both bump. It's really so it's like the double Bubba Bomb. I don't know. Anyway.
If anything, if he does it right, Bubba hits the ground first.
Facts.
Yeah, the ending played into the story, which is the brass knuckles was supposed to be the power of the punch thing from William Regal, and it played in. The match was fine. I gave it a 6. It's fine. Dudley Boys and William Regal and Lance Storm. That's a great 4 guys in the ring. They did their thing. Fine with it.
So I will say 6.5.
It's a 6 for me, Chris.
That's fine.
It's a 6. It's a 6.
Did you like, Albert, how before the match the ref did pat down Storm and Regal for objects?
I did. Storyline continuity, baby. Got to do it.
Wrestling.
However, no one else got the pat down from anybody else because I guess nobody else used brass knuckles on TV or any foreign object whatsoever.
That's
ever.
Wrestling.
Well, the funniest part is Lance Storm goes, "Why are you checking me for?"
Hey, to be fair, you can't hide wood in your pants.
You can't hide what?
You can't hide wood in your pants.
That's why the Dudley Boys didn't get checked.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to put your wood somewhere else?
How about put it up your ass? How about that?
Whoa, that's a little gay now.
Let me pull that wood out of my ass. What? What did you say?
Imagine if you were trying to pick up a chick with that pickup line.
I got some wood for you. Let me just take it out of my ass real quick.
It worked your 40-year-old virgin, that's for sure. I'm going to park my bike in your trunk. Come on, hey, it worked every time.
Oh, God. Speaking of terrible jokes, what happened after this match, Albert?
I thought you were going to say 40-year-old virgins.
So before we get to the Nathan Jones thing.
Nathan Jones?
What is on this feud that we didn't get?
Okay, here's something. Here's something that was really cool. So they were advertising the live shows for Raw and I guess some various house shows. So they said the next night, which was that Monday night after this Rumble, Raw is in Providence, and then a week later they're in Chicago.
We didn't get that.
Yeah, why is the network getting all this exclusive footage?
Because they know what my gimmick is. They're helping me out.
PlayStation 2 sales in 2021 are going to go through the roof.
God, I hope not. Jesus Christ.
Well, you can't find any PS5s.
True.
Yeah. So after the Raw shows were advertised, they were advertising for house shows, and they said WWE
Yes, I'm cutting my
Superstar
PlayStation
are going to
5.
show up 1 week from Friday. They will be coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Woo! I thought that was pretty fun.
Shall we get tickets?
Let's go to First
Yeah,
Avenue.
we should go, dude. I'm just going to say it out loud. Like, we should go. I mean, forget the COVID shit. We should go.
I am going to tell you, when they start doing live shows again, we're going to one of those First Avenue shows.
Hell yeah.
Those look really
Yeah,
fun, actually.
Yeah, I have no problems with it. So let's do it. I mean, we're all gonna. I mean, we as a society as a whole, not trying to get too deep here, we're all gonna need to blow off steam at some point. So if we're gonna go out and watch some wrestling live, I don't even care who the freaking wrestlers are, to blow off steam, I'm all about it. So let's
Dude,
go.
you know, 1 week it's going to be like, tonight we're going to Raw. Tomorrow we're going to the First Avenue. Then we're going to ROH and Hopkins. Because they're all in town.
Then we're going to watch Johnny Cockstrong.
Yeah.
God, dude, why do you keep
Okay,
bringing up
so-
Johnny Cox?
Because it's funny.
So, okay, so after this little advertisement, we have a Nathan Jones video package, and
Do we?
Nope, we didn't get that.
well, that's why I'm talking about it, because I got it. So
I want
it's
vivid
not-
detail so I can close my eyes and picture Nathan Jones.
So it's a lot of imagery in prisons and people and like news footage of saying prisoners escaped from a certain prison. Nathan Jones was in prison at one point, correct?
Yes.
In
Okay.
Australia, I believe.
And what?
In Australia.
And then he went on to be in Mad Max.
He did.
Yeah, so it was Nathan Jones saying, "I'm
Yeah.
on my way," and they had, and around him saying whatever it is that he said. I didn't write down what he said, but it was basically he's coming from a guy who used to be in prison. He's crazy or whatever the fuck, and it lasted about like 2 minutes, and that was pretty much that. And then we went to Cole and Taz with the women's match.
So we had a stepmother versus stepdaughter match.
There's a 5-year age difference.
Okay, so well.
And I fucked your dad to death is the storyline here.
Albert, tell us the whole storyline. Let's go.
Well, Dawn Marie decides to marry Tori Wilson's dad. Tori Wilson objects. And then over the course of weeks around this time, you see Dawn Marie and Al Wilson forever having like a tryst in every hotel room they ever get to. And eventually, there's one night where Al Wilson has a heart attack because of Dawn Marie's libido and dies in bed.
Just say your
And-
sex drive was too high.
Wrestling!
Yeah, my sex drive is too high. So anyway, so then fast forward a little bit. Dawn Marie had the funeral for said dead Al Wilson, and Tori Wilson shows up, and then they fight because Dawn Marie is acting like a good heel. Actually, thinks she's right and says you killed your dad because you didn't want him to be with the person he wanted to be and all that shit. Tori Wilson says, well, you killed him, but actually Dawn Marie didn't really kill him. He just died of a heart attack. But the best part was that Tori Wilson was leaning over the coffin where Al Wilson was, and Dawn Marie tattoos her with a goddamn lamb. It was great. I laughed out loud. It's so funny.
Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
It's never a great funeral until somebody blasts the daughter, the dead guy, in the back of the head with a lamp.
Especially because Tori's like down on her knees crying, going, I'm sorry, Daddy, I'm sorry. And then lamp.
Wham! I mean, ratings, right? You got to get ratings for your funerals nowadays, right? I'm sorry, back then, not now, back then.
Hey, nobody's getting ratings for funerals right now.
So we have Tori Wilson versus Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie smacks Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson does an ugly-looking spear to Dawn Marie.
Yes, you did.
Wilson did a very ugly slingshot to Dawn Marie, not into the corner.
Is this how you're going to say every single move that happens in this match?
Not all of them were ugly. Marie does a short scissors armbar to Wilson, which is fine. Let's see. Marie does a flapjack to Wilson. Wilson arm drag to Marie. Dawn Marie does a springboard clothesline to Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson does a swinging neck breaker to Dawn Marie, and Tori Wilson wins in honor of her dad.
Cool.
Yeah. And apparently, since Dawn Marie yelled it's not over, they're going to wrestle again. Great.
No, what I would have yelled, being the cynical person I am, that I thought would have been fucking hilarious, is if Dawn Marie, instead of yelling, "This isn't over," just yelled, "I still fucked your dad," and then left.
Who's your daddy? Or who's your mommy?
Oh, God.
Chris, I agree with you. There was some actually legit wrestling in this match. At points, there was a botch though, and I'll get that in a second. I think when they ran into each other, I don't know what it was they were trying to do, but there was a nice little spot where I think Tori Wilson tries to do a catapult to Dawn Marie, but Dawn Marie just face plants right in the mat. You never see that. Usually a catapult goes up into the turnbuckle, so that was interesting. And then there's like this rear waist lock to Dawn Marie by the ropes, and then Dawn Marie blocks that, I guess a suplex attempt, I guess, and then turns around and does that, I think you called it, what do you call, like an elbow lock? What was that called again?
You mean the arm scissors?
Yeah, I think Dawn Marie hits Wilson with a back elbow and then transitions into that kind of scissors thing, armbar, whatever the fuck it was. I was like, okay, there's a little bit of wrestling here. I was actually very surprised. I thought it'd be all hair pulling and slaps and like throw by the hair and shit like that. But I was actually a little bit impressed with some of the little bit of wrestling they had. They did what they could, I think. So, I mean, I'm not saying the match was fantastic by any stretch, but don't get me wrong. I was surprised by some of the little spots that they had here. The springboard clothesline combo looked really good. Tori Wilson winning with a swinging neckbreaker when you have no idea what her finisher is was kind of lame. I thought
Guessing it was a swinging neckbreaker. Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, who knew? I mean, like, Dawn Marie did get with one move the whole match, and she loses to one move, so...
Surprised it wasn't a roll-up.
Or a DDT.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I gave it a 5. I did.
Wow, alright, you're doing better than me. 3, baby!
Yeah, it's a 4 at best.
I mean, I gave 2 points because Tori's hot, so don't get me wrong.
They looked great, don't get me wrong.
Now, the issue is I can't do the hotness scale when I can see the person in the match naked online. Because if it's already online, the best way you're going to see her, you can go online. You don't have to watch a match and imagine what she looks like.
Well, I used my imagination, and it raised up my rating by 2 points. So,
Fair enough.
It also raised the table without anything moving.
Oh, no, I'm not going to make that joke. I had something there. I wasn't going to say it.
He raised the table without his hands.
Hands free, baby. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I didn't mind it at all. I wasn't offended by anything. It didn't look stupid. Like, I mean, it was silly. The storyline is silly.
I wasn't offended. I wasn't like, I'm taking offense to this, but I was just like, this isn't good.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like either one of us said, "Why is this on their second biggest pay-per-view of the year?" So I didn't say that at all. So that's why I say
I did.
I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. Now, and I have no problems with it. So.
I was not cool with the match order.
I didn't even think about the match order. Yeah, it's actually, you're right.
Putting this match and then the other terrible fucking matches next that we can finally talk about.
Yeah, but there's a backstage segment first.
Apparently, there's ads for PlayStation between every match, so...
Yeah, actually, that stopped after the second one, which was annoying because I wanted to bring it up every single time, and I wanted to see if you guys bought a PlayStation 2, as if PlayStation 2 came out in 2020, I'm sorry, 2021. But did you guys get the Stephanie Bischoff and Orton segment?
Yes, that was weird. Orton looked way too young.
Who the fuck is Randy Orton? I'm just kidding.
I don't know, dude. He's some mask guy with a deformed face now. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he made some wrong decisions with fire. He played with fire a bit too much, so...
Fucking dumb. If he wrestles in the Royal Rumble in that mask, I'm gonna fucking...
You know he is. You know he is.
It's gonna bring down at least 1 point to my rating of the Royal Rumble just because of that.
Fuck me.
Orton's mask.
Orton's mask.
So, I don't care about the fucking brand split now, but back then I was actually intrigued by it because this was the best of the brand splits. Would you guys agree? This era of wrestling.
Well, yeah, but it also showed how bad Raw is compared to SmackDown.
Well, SmackDown's doing that now too. So.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Chris, because we could tell that by the world title matches. So I'm just
Oh,
saying.
we went through the entire history of 2003's World Heavyweight Championship matches, and they are bad. The entire year of 2003, they're not good.
For the most part, yeah. There's a couple of decent ones. That's about it.
Well, you go
so-
Steiner, Booker T, Nash, Elimination Chamber, Goldberg.
Goldberg. Okay.
Then Goldberg, Triple H, Kane.
All right, so Stephanie is backstage and she's walking around and she runs into Bischoff talking to Orton, and she says, "How you doing, Orton? How's the shoulder?" And of course, I'm being stupid, like, "Oh, this Randy Orton guy's not going to amount to anything," or so whatever. Get the fuck off the screen, and he walks away. Like, good, thank you. I'm kidding.
Good, thank you.
All right, so Stephanie and Bischoff chat, and Stephanie says to Bischoff, "Well, I'm just here to say goodbye because you're going to be leaving in 30 days because that's apparently the storyline. Bischoff has 30 days to turn around Raw." As does Stephanie. So that's the storyline from Vince McMahon told them, you have 30 days to get your friggin' shows back in order, or you're fired, right? All right, so, and then Bischoff says, "Well, I have a bombshell I'm going to be dropping on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. And it's not just a regular bombshell, it's an atomic bombshell."
Was it
Wow.
The Rock?
Was it Adam Bomb?
God damn, it'd be funny as shit if it was.
Adam Bomb returning to the WWE.
And he would execute a power bomb on somebody, right?
Wasn't that his finisher?
No, it wasn't. I'm just going with the word bomb here. All right, so then so Bischoff says, or follows up with that by saying, "Well, your job's not insecure. Your job isn't any more secure than mine." And Stephanie says that she's confident that she has been more successful than Bischoff, and that story checks out as far as like how Raw versus SmackDown is going, and that she has a bombshell of her own that she's going to advertise on SmackDown. And she also said she also is not worried about her job because she's a McMahon and blood is thicker than, well, in your case, urine. But I forget the irrelevance to that. And then, but Bischoff says money is much thicker than blood, and then that's when the interview ends. And they go, "Well, we'll see what happens." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember what the urine shit was about? Urine shit. Sorry, the urine stuff was about.
I'm presuming that Bischoff pissed himself.
Fair enough. Maybe Austin made him do it. I don't know. All right.
No, because actually the storyline ends up being, now that I remember it, the atomic bomb ends up being Austin.
Yeah, because Austin comes back for
Didn't he
WrestleMania.
become the sheriff of Raw?
Yep.
And he rides that stupid four-wheeler with the little friggin' golf flags on the back of it, like the little.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was that segment. How'd you guys feel about that? Right? Yeah, we can move on now.
Yeah, Randy
All right.
Orton was there, so. Yeah.
All right. So, did you guys get the Sean O'Hare part?
No.
All right, so it's a promo for Sean O'Hare. Apparently, he's on his way to WWE, and he's coming off like he's some kind of deep thinker. I'm gonna wax philosophic about everything because everything's like like 10 dimensions deep or whatever. That's not what he said. That's just the impression I get. Anyway, he says he's just in the little video where it's him with all these words flashing around him. It's just him, like from like either the shoulder up or his whole body or whatever, and he's just saying things like, why go to church? Take control of your own life. You are your own. You are your only judge, and if there's a God, He will forgive you. I don't even know what his gimmick was when he came to WWE. I don't even remember.
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate. There you go.
That was his
Now-
whole gimmick.
And how far did that go for him? One.
He was actually having success because he was paired up with Piper. They didn't think that he was good in the promo department, so they had Piper be his mouthpiece.
Gotcha. So I wonder how many takes he had to do to get this right then.
I don't know, but the dude had a great wrestling ability.
I didn't say he did. I didn't say he sucked. His character was horrible, I guess, because I don't remember anything about it. I mean, it was like,
R.I.P. Sean O'Hare.
So after that, we go to the best match of the night.
Yeah, you want to tell us about the promo package, Albert?
Okay, I guess. I'll give a synopsis. Triple H just comes out to the ring on some random Raw and says he's beating everybody. Cactus Jack, Shawn Michaels, whoever. So Scott Steiner music hits. And like I said, at the time, he's over. Crowd pops. Because he came out in Survivor Series, crowd pops. So now we're at the Rumble, and he comes out to the ring and says, "Triple H, you never beat me," You know,
He never wrestles.
So instead of having a match, they instead have like a little series of physical events. Like we're talking arm wrestling, pose downs, push-ups. Oh my, all the stupid nonsense. So eventually,
Matt Hardy and MVP did it better.
So eventually, they have one last little scrum, and they eventually have their match for the Rumble. And was the first thing I wrote in my notes after I found out this match was coming. I was like, oh boy, because I knew it was that match that well, I'll talk about what I mean about the first 10 minutes when we get to it. But yeah, so arm wrestling and pose downs and push-ups, and then Rumble match, yay.
Well, and then the part that Legend kept getting pissed about, and me too, is the fact that in the promo package they kept showing Triple H in his fucking underwear.
Oh, and then the thing I pointed out at the end of the match.
You guys are mad about that.
No, you were mad about that. I just pointed it out.
They kept showing it. We wanted to see something else other than Triple H in his fucking underwear.
You've already seen the worst you could ever see on a TV show, or I'm sorry, a Raw, a wrestling pay-per-view, and you're worried about that?
I don't know, man. Big Dick Johnson could run out there and accidentally have a wiener
Wardrobe
slip.
malfunction.
I'm just saying. I think it's. Come on, Chris. It's okay.
I'd rather see Mae Young's boobs than Triple H's balls.
Yeah, they're probably just as saggy.
But you didn't see his balls.
Jesus Christ.
So Dylan, apparently Chris was using his imagination. Go figure.
No.
Yeah, apparently.
Then we have a World Heavyweight title match. Triple H versus...
You have a weird depiction of Triple H's balls in your head that look worse than Mae Young's tits.
Scott Steiner, Big Daddy Papa Boner.
Nice.
Steiner
Finally got to use it.
That's the best sign ever.
Steiner does a military press to Triple H.
He almost fell over.
Steiner does a clothesline to Triple H. Steiner does a suplex to Triple H.
Get used to that.
Steiner does a Boston Crab to Triple H. Triple H does his knee lift to Steiner. Steiner does a bear hug to Triple H.
Wrestling. Excitement.
Steiner does a belly to belly to Triple H.
Here we go.
Triple H has a big boot to Steiner.
Oh.
Triple H has a neck breaker to Steiner.
Oh no.
Ric Flair starts choking Steiner with his jacket.
Cool.
Is he okay?
I don't know. Triple H has a neck breaker to Steiner.
It says Rodal.
It says Royal.
It says Rodal.
It says Royal,
That
you
looks
dumbass.
like a T.
Steiner and Triple H and Ric Flair both start choking Steiner on the ropes. Steiner slingshots and suplexes Triple H.
No.
Triple H has a cutter to Steiner.
RKO.
Triple H does a suplex to Steiner. Steiner does a belly to belly to Triple H.
Here's where it goes downhill.
Steiner does a clothesline and another couple belly to bellies to Triple H.
And it continues on down.
Steiner does a superplex to Triple H.
Still going down.
At this point, Ric Flair and Triple H are saying, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
And this is where it really starts to go down.
This is about the time where you were begging for it to be over.
Scott Steiner hits Triple H with the belt.
Hits him with the leather part of the belt, not the belt and Triple H blades.
He just pushed it into his face. He didn't even hit him with it.
Yeah, because Triple H was trying to hit him, so when he actually got hit, the belt part of the belt didn't even hit Triple H anyways.
There you go.
Steiner does 2 more sets of belly to bellies to Triple H.
Wow.
Triple H does a low blow to Steiner. Triple H hits
Triple H?
Triple H hits Steiner with a sledgehammer for the disqualification finally.
Well, not to mention the 2 or 3 times Earl Hebner's like, he threw Earl Hebner out of the ring. He's like, I'm going to disqualify you. No, that's what you want me to do. So he made the match keep going.
So Scott Steiner wins by disqualification.
This match blows.
All right, so it's funny you mentioned the Hebner part with that he wanted to get where Triple H wanted to get disqualified. I thought that was freaking great. I thought it was funny.
That part was good, but I wish it was against a different opponent.
I wish it was earlier in the match.
That too.
Chris, I'm gonna get to that different opponent. I'm gonna get to that in a second. You have you in my head? Really, get out of my head. Okay, so when I was talking
about Mae Young's tits.
So when I was talking about the first 10 minutes, It actually was a good back and forth. I'm not saying it was the best ever, but it was a little slow because Steiner can't move. I get that, but they worked around his weaknesses. He looked good in the first 10 minutes. Both of those guys.
Yeah.
If they were doing punches and chops, that's fine. If they did a suplex here and there, that's fine. The press slam looked great. There was actually like a little tombstone transition, and then that neckbreaker looked okay. That cutter, it was a little slow, but it still did not. I mean, they didn't fuck it up. Okay. However, everything after they got back, I mean, they went out of the ring for a second. They come back into the ring, and that's when all the suplexes started happening, and that's when the match just went downhill. In fact, the crowd went from like cheering Steiner on the previous Raw, probably he was over like gangbusters, to booing him within 10 minutes of this match starting. And that's what I said here. He was over. Big Papa Pump, Big Papa Boner was over until he got in the ring. Okay.
That's kind of like 50% of the job. It's your ability to be in the ring.
Exactly. That and cut a promo, and he wasn't very good at the promo part either.
Right.
You're supposed to look good, be able to wrestle, and cut a promo.
So remember that Big Show Lesnar match we saw back in Survivor Series where it was like 5 minutes long?
Yeah, it should have been this.
This should have been this.
This should have been this.
Outstanding. It was 5 minutes.
Yeah, if Triple H would have pinned him with a pedigree 5 minutes in, done. It would have been great.
Or even with the DQ finish.
Well, yeah, so like, and Ric Flair would have done some freaking dastardly thing outside of the ring to get Steiner and to get Steiner to be vulnerable to the pedigree.
I just ask him a math problem. He would have been pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, or make him add up 2 and 2 or something.
How does 2 and 2 equal 5? Steiner.
Okay, so then after that first 10 minutes, all the suplexes started coming in, and I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah, this match should have ended after like 10 minutes because everything after that was just like it was so slow and plotting and like
it's a Triple H match.
Ric Flair was doing his best to spark up the crowd, and even he couldn't get this shit over.
He was getting Triple H, the heel, cheered.
Correct.
He also sold the sledgehammer like a motherfucker.
Again, so hey, Chris, going back to that. So Triple H was in effect both a heel and a face in this match.
Yeah, once Big Papa Boner started doing suplexes, they were like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, everything he did was the crowd shit on it. Everything he did. After the first 10 minutes. If they just ended it there, this match would have been okay. It wouldn't be known for what it is now.
And the worst thing they did is they somehow made it worse by having a rematch at No Way Out.
Oh, Jesus. And then, of course, then the fuck finish happens, the DQ. And then Steiner has to get his heat back with the fucking stupidest looking move ever, the Steiner recliner. It doesn't look like it hurts anybody. And they're trying to get him over by having like 8 dudes try to get his arms off. Like, come on. Get the fuck out of here, man. No, and it's funny because Eric Bischoff runs to the ring and gets to Steiner's face and says, it's over. And I wrote down right next to it, truer words were never spoken. Because it is over for Steiner. He's done here. It's over.
You buried yourself.
His run is over.
You buried yourself.
Yeah.
So I wish I could rate it for the first 10 minutes and then the last 15 or 30 or 40 hours it was or whatever. But I can't do that. So I'm going. I wanted to give the match a 5. I really did, but I can't. It went down to a 2.
Oh shit! Okay, we're about the same. Yeah.
I'm at a 1.
Yeah, this is bad.
But you guys understand what I was trying to say?
Yeah, had they have had a 5-minute match, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, the first 10 minutes were fine. After that, it was like, oh, come on. Yeah. It was horrible.
It was straight ass needs to be burnt alive. The best of Steiner DVD will not include this match.
Yeah.
There will never be a best of Steiner DVD.
I know.
And here's the biggest travesty of it all. Triple H should know better. This is all about him. He got himself to continually be over. He played the babyface at points. He played the heel at points. He got himself over at the expense of Scott Steiner.
Oh, Triple H said that a lot, though.
It should be the exact opposite.
Triple H said that a lot, though, and he hates WCW.
Yeah, but he wants to make money. He could have made money with Scott Steiner if he just made Scott Steiner look invincible. And he gets lucky with a freaking fluke win. But no, we get a fuck finish. And I mean, this point, Triple H was insufferable anyway, wasn't he? He was just like, nah, I'm Triple H. I'm Triple H.
I mean, they brought back the World Heavyweight Championship and just handed it to him. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is how do we know if that's a Triple H call or a Vince call? Vince could have been like, I want you to go over, pal. I want you to look strong, not Steiner.
I gotta say, it was Triple H. I guarantee it.
This could be Vince saying "fuck you" to all the WCW talent because he buried them all.
No, but Triple H just agreed to do it.
He's not gonna say no to the money.
It's not like Vince is gonna fire his ass. He's married to his fucking daughter.
Yeah, but would you say no to your father-in-law that was jacked?
Yes.
I think Triple H at this point could have said no, and it wouldn't have happened. At this point,
I don't know. He put over Shawn Michaels. That's what he needed.
What I learned is
Michaels is his buddy. Triple H would freaking jump off a cliff for Shawn Michaels if Michaels asked him to.
Scott Steiner came in, did this shitty program, and then he was tag teaming with Test.
Oh yeah, he feuded with him first.
I know, but basically that's what I'm saying. He went from a world title program to like bottom of the card shit.
I'll tell you what, though, if you're gonna go bottom of the card, at least Stacey Keibler was involved.
That's true.
She's got legs.
And then she looked at Test. She looked at Steiner. She was like, Steiner.
And she looked great later when they were during the Rumble. So.
Oh, can we get off of that ass of a match, please?
Okay. Yeah, you're right though, because we went from the worst match of the card as far as like talent in the ring to the best match on the card.
Well, was there a promo first or a backstage segment?
I'd like to say yes, but there was not. And let's go.
Why would you like to say yes to stop us from talking about the best thing on this card?
I want to know if there was any other superstars that we don't know about. Like, was there like a Jonathan Coachman promo or something?
No. Hey, Dylan, I think I'm getting addicted to Victory Road filler. That's why.
God, Victory Road filler that wasn't even was so much Victory Road filler that wasn't even on the DVD.
I'm just saying. I hope.
I can't wait for the next show that we review that has a lot of filler in it now.
I'm gonna lose my voice like last time.
Like Triple H.
Well, if we didn't have 4 people talking about ECW December to Dismember, there was a lot of filler in that, but we had enough people covering it that...
Yeah, but 4 people, I mean, of course.
All right, let's go to something good now.
Really good.
WWE title match. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit.
Really, really, really good. And you had a feeling this was going to be really, really good when the World's Greatest Tag Team gets kicked out right away.
Yeah, this is not. We don't want any bullshit finishes. We don't want any nonsense.
And Kurt didn't even try to cheat.
No. He did
No
not.
cheating.
This was like the straight up heel versus face, like, who's better? And I'm going to prove it.
It's true. So Benoit did a shoulder tackle to Angle. Benoit did a drop kick to Angle. Angle did a sleeper to Benoit. Angle did a suplex to Benoit. Benoit did chops to Angle. Benoit did a clothesline to the back of Angle's head. Angle suplexed Benoit onto the ropes. Benoit did a DDT to Angle on the apron that looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Benoit.
I think Angle busted his nose on that, did he?
Yeah, he was bleeding a little bit throughout the rest of the match for that.
Yeah.
Benoit attempted to do the diving headbutt but missed. Benoit reversed the Angle slam into a sharpshooter.
Looked great.
Benoit did a backdrop to Angle. Angle did a belly-to-belly to Benoit, so he was watching that Steiner match, for sure.
Here's how you do it.
Angle hit Benoit on the barricade. Angle did a clothesline to Benoit. Angle at this point in time had like a scissors body lock on Benoit. Angle did a belly-to-belly to Benoit. Angle did a back suplex to Benoit. Angle did a chin lock to Benoit. Benoit did some chops, a clothesline, and a backdrop, and a couple Germans to Angle. Angle and Benoit at this point both exchanged Germans by reversing the other and just Germaning each other.
Yeah, it's great.
Angle did
the
his...
last one was good. I'm sorry, the last one of that, I think it was a release, and Angle just freaking does a 360, lands on his face.
He just did a moonsault face plant, basically.
Yeah.
Angle did his running suplex to the top rope, off top rope to Benoit on that.
I love that spot.
Benoit did the crossface to Angle. Benoit at this point did the ankle lock to Angle. Angle did the ankle lock to Benoit. Benoit did the crossface to Angle. Benoit did the crossface again to Angle. Angle did the angle slam to Benoit. Angle did the ankle lock to Benoit. Benoit and Angle did the German suplex exchange again.
Oh, sorry, that was where Angle got flipped over on his face. That's I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Benoit did the diving headbutt to Angle.
One of the longest.
3/4 of the
one of the longest
I know.
jumps
dude.
across the ring ever.
I know. I mean, Angle's like almost in the other corner, and he freaking hits him. And he didn't like hit the mat and slide and hit him. He hit him. Woo! Holy shit! Champ breaks out.
Oh fuck.
Angle did the angle slam to Benoit. Benoit did the crossface to Angle. Then at this point in time, Angle did the ankle lock to Benoit 3 times in a row. Because Benoit kept reversing it, and then the third time, Angle did the grapevine, and he was done.
Yeah.
I love there was one where they transitioned out of the crossface into an ankle lock, and that was awesome.
Yeah, there was a transition. It went from a crossface from Benoit, and then an ankle lock by Benoit, back to the ankle lock by Angle, and then back to the crossface by Benoit. I don't know if that's the same spot that you're talking about.
No, there was just a spot where Angle got into the ankle lock out of the crossface that I thought was cool.
I mean,
He picked the ankle while he was still in the crossface.
Which is right at the end there when he started doing the 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote down once Angle wraps him up, it's over, and sure enough, he taps. I'm like, good, I'm glad. Because, like, once it gets to a point with a submission and you can't get out of it, just tap. Put the friggin' move over. Good job. Fucking right. Love that shit. Good fucking Lord.
Good shit.
This is how you get wrestlers over, right? There's no bullshit, like Benoit got over in a loss. After the match, you got a standing ovation.
I was going to say, do we even need to deliberate what the rating of this match is?
We do for context.
No, I'm saying we're going to say it, but I'm saying is there really like an actual argument to be said here about this? This is a 10 out of 10, right?
If the highest we can go is 10, yes.
Yeah, 10 is the official rating.
You want to break the rating like the 6 and 7 star New Japan matches, Meltzer style?
No, we're not going to Meltzer it. We're not Meltering it. It's a 10. You couldn't make it any better.
The only time where he's going to have to really deliberate what a 10 out of 10 is better than another 10 out of 10 is when he's trying to rank those random-ass matches at the end of the month.
At the end of every month.
Yeah. At that point, it's just going to be who was in my mind just who I like better, because obviously the matches are great. It's going to come down to who I like better.
So obviously,
if Angle Benoit was in that list, I don't know if it'd be number 1, because that Cena Michaels match is fantastic. I don't know if it beats that or not, but who knows?
Well, you're only rating your random ass match review segments, not everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm just saying if this was included in there.
No, he's implying that if we would have sent him Angle and Benoit, he was comparing whether it'd be comparable to that. But you said that Raw match was better than Taker and Michaels, which is a whole other thing we're gonna have to talk about some other time.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, because as far as I'm concerned, the only reason Michaels and Taker was as I'm not saying it sucked. It was great. I still give it a 10. But as far as I'm concerned, if it wasn't on Mania, it wouldn't have got. And since these 2 matches were reversed, which match would have been better? That's all I'm saying. One is on Mania, and one is not.
They should have put this Michael Cena match being the second one should have been the next WrestleMania's main event, exactly like this.
True. My 2 favorite spots in this match, among everything, was when Benoit got nailed with the angle slam twice, and he got up at 2 and 9/10, and the crowd just went nuts. Effective. It's so effective. Even because because Benoit just kept getting up, and eventually it took Angle's best move to put down Benoit, and that's a great story. Good fucking job. 15 out of 10.
He broke the system.
You don't break the system. It's 10 out of 10. Done deal.
I'm not breaking the system, but I'm implying that his match is freaking great. That's what I'm trying to say.
He's implying that if we could break the system, he'd break the system.
Oh, okay. System's not broken yet. It's okay.
Yeah. So after the match is over and Benoit tapped out, eventually the Team Angle comes back out and they carry Angle on their shoulders. But for some reason, though, I wish they would have stayed a little bit longer. But I'm glad they didn't, because they cut the black for some reason. I don't see anything. And then like a second later, they come back and Benoit's in the ring by him. Oh, I'm sorry. They probably went to an ad for SummerSlam or something. Who knows?
For SummerSlam? You mean Mania?
There were a couple ads for SummerSlam on
They did cut the something between the end of the match and the standing ovation though.
Yeah, because we had the fade to black too, and it didn't show what it was.
Well, I know there's a couple ads for SummerSlam, so that's probably
Why are they promoting SummerSlam in January?
I don't know.
What about WrestleMania? Fuck WrestleMania 19. That show's gonna suck anyways.
Or it was WWE, or it was WWEshop.com. In fact, there was a really cool little shop.com segment where they advertised all their title belts. Well, I thought that was really actually pretty fun. I don't remember where in the show it was though.
Did you buy one?
No.
Did it make you want to buy one?
Yes. They did a good job on that one. It's like the merch spot where it's like, oh, good lord, I need to have a title belt. But anyway, so after that little fade to black, I saw the ad, whatever it was, and then it comes back and Benoit's in the ring and he's by himself and the crowd is just letting them know you're the best, standing ovation. And he does a little heart pound on his chest, puts his fist out to him, and he's walking up and there's a Benoit chant. Good fucking lord, Jesus fucking Christ.
That was great. I loved it.
And well deserved. Any haters out there can suck my cock. Sorry.
What about lovers?
What?
You want your haters to suck your cock.
Yeah, what about the lovers?
That's a good question.
I feel like you get more enjoyment out of lovers. The haters will try to be as bad as possible.
That or bite it.
Hey, I mean.
Logistically, I wouldn't want my haters to do it near sucking my dick.
I'd say they can kiss my ass.
Well,
the RW Old Guys Kiss My Ass Club.
Oh, God.
Well, I can't make my ass do tricks, so I don't think that's going to work.
Okay, moving on.
Did you guys get the RVD Kane's part?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so RVD is stretching and Kane walks up. First of all, I want to talk about the camera view. I want to talk about when the cameras capture Kane or anyone else that's tall like him, because they always show his promos from down below.
I saw his boots and I'm like, it's Kane.
Yep, it's gotta be Kane.
As if Kane wasn't tall enough, they made him look like he's like 10 foot tall here, because the cameras are aimed up at his, and then you see him from the shoulder up.
If only it was Khali, then imagine how tall he would look.
Well, he's not worth it. So
Khali can retire and go away.
I think he did.
He shows up every once in a while. Out of nowhere. Nobody's asked to see Khali. It was bad enough that Jinder Mahal was champion, and then boom, great Khali. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, I know, dude. Honestly, when I saw that Punjabi cage match, I was like, oh,
let's get some Khali matches here. Khali podcast.
And we literally started an entire series around the Khali match. We don't get to do.
No, that was around a Kozlov match, too.
But the funny thing is, when I'll talk to him after the podcast, 'cause I want to explain how I want that to work out. That won't be the worst match when he does the best to worst, because
Santino and Kevin Nash were already there.
That's the three. That's the worst one yet.
Yeah. So,
all right, so RVD is stretching, and Kane walks up, and RVD's like, "Hey, Kane, what's going on? You know, hey, what's up, bro?" and all that shit.
Smoke weed, bro.
Yeah. So Kane is like, Rob Van Dam, you're a good partner, but you know what? When it comes to this Rumble, I will not hesitate to eliminate you if it means I'll win the Rumble. And then there's like a small pause, and like RVD's like, "Well, that's all right, bro. Don't worry about it, because I understand."
Get stoned.
I understand, because I'll do the same thing if it means that the winner of the Rumble is RVD.
Smoke lots of weed.
Yeah.
Get fired.
Weed.
All the weed.
So then after that, we go to the actual match called the actual Royal Rumble.
Is the actual Royal Rumble called the actual Royal Rumble now, not the Royal Rumble?
And Howard Finkel goes over the rules.
He does. And they come up with video. You see them on the screen.
Did you pause it and write them down?
I did.
One of these years, they're going to change the rules, and we're like, oh my god, I don't understand this match.
What are the rules, Albert?
Oh crap, I'm kidding. 2-man enter.
Please no. Why are you doing this? Stop. Start the restart.
Oh, hey, two-man enter and 1 win. There you go.
I wasn't even gonna let that bit play out. No, stop it.
All right. So number 1 comes out, and it's Shawn Michaels, as we already knew.
He's a sexy boy. And then you started singing, I'm a sexy Kurt.
Yep. I'll make your ankle hurt. Ankle hurt.
So
The fact that he did that at his Hall of Fame speech is great.
And then we had Chris Jericho, who we obviously knew was number 2, but Chris Jericho's music plays, and it's Christian.
And then right after Jericho low blows Michaels, they start fighting. Christian has to run to the locker room, get changed real quick, because he's coming out like number 5 or something like that.
Yep. So Jericho does a low blow to Michaels from behind. Jericho then grabs a chair and hits Michaels right in the fucking head. Then number 3 comes out, Christopher Nowinski.
Yeah, that guy from Harvard. The concussion specialist.
Nothing happens in between 3 and 4. Then number 4, Rey Mysterio comes out.
Booyaka, booyaka. Look, who's that not jumping out the sky? REY.
Rey Mysterio does a springboard head scissors to Jericho and a springboard X Factor to Jericho.
I thought that was a pop-up powerbomb because he almost didn't do anything of Jericho.
Then number 5, Edge came out.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about the fact that the star power in this one compared to 2000, very, very, very.
Hey Dylan, I'm already ahead of you. I already wrote all this shit down.
So, yeah.
Edge did a clothesline, a double clothesline to Nowinski and Jericho. Edge then does a powerbomb to Mysterio and spears Jericho and Nowinski. Then we have number 6, Christian. At last, he's on his own. Edge does a spear to Christian. Mysterio and Edge do a top rope drop kick to Nowinski, and Edge almost kills Nowinski. Mysterio does a Bronco Buster to Nowinski. Then number 7 comes out, Chavo. Chavo does a...
Never make those sets of noises back to back ever again.
Oh, stop it.
Chavo does a spine buster to Mysterio. Mysterio does a 619 to Chavo. And then he does a 619 to Christian. Then number 8 comes down. It's Tajiri.
Tajiri.
Tajiri does a buzz kick to Christian.
So at some point, Lawler says to JR, wasn't Tajiri part of our announce team? And JR's like, no, that's Funaki.
He's racist as all hell in all these matches.
Yes.
He's Japanese, you idiot.
Chavo
Can we get a replay of Kai and Tai?
Chavo does a suplex to Tajiri. Tajiri does a modified airplane spin to Chavo. Then we get number 9, piece of shit, Bill DeMont.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
Huge erection.
Huge erection. General erection.
Hugh Morris. Same guy.
Then number 10 comes out, Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer hits DeMont with a fucking trash can lid. Then he hits DeMont, Christian, Chavo, Edge, and Tajiri with a kendo stick. Then Dreamer and Edge hit DeMont with kendo sticks.
Aye.
Then Jericho and Christian do a concerto to Dreamer with the trash can lids.
Bye, Dreamer.
Then Tajiri does a tarantula to Jericho.
Bye, Tajiri.
Then number 11, B Squared comes out.
Yeah, that guy nobody remembered.
I remember him.
B Squared does a clothesline to Edge. Edge does a spear to Chavo. Then you got number 12, RVD. RVD does a super kick to Jericho. RVD does a springboard kick and rolling thunder to Jericho. Then number 13, the guy who strongly dislikes mustard, Matt Hardy.
I was going to say that. Damn it.
And stole his thunder.
And his MFer, Shannon Moore.
Nice.
Matt does a side effect to RVD. RVD does a clothesline to Matt. Jericho does a bulldog to RVD. RVD does a spinning heel kick and a 5-star frog splash to Jericho. Then number 14, Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero comes out.
Lawler says, I missed him on Raw. I can't say Latino Heat.
Oh, God. RVD does a monkey flip to Eddie. Matt then does a slam to RVD.
I'll monkey flip you off.
And then he goes, Eddie, give him a frog splash. So Eddie gives RVD a frog splash.
He hit him right in the face. He hit him right in the face.
That's not the only time somebody got hit right in the face. When they did the double drop kicks to Chris Nowinski, he landed on the ground and Edge's drop kick just went straight across Chris's face.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he got fucked up by that thing.
Then Matt did a twist of fate to Eddie. Then, number 15, Jeff Hardy comes out.
This was funny because literally like 10 seconds before this happened, I looked at Chris and I'm like, is Jeff still in the company at this point?
Jeff comes in the ring and Matt goes, hey, Jeff, let's work together. And Jeff is doing the I'm talking but not listening hand gesture. Well, then Jeff does his split leg of the leg drop to Matt. Jeff does a twist of fate to Matt. Jeff does a swanton bomb to Matt and Shannon Moore at the same time. Then we get number 16. It's Rosie.
Oh, boy.
Rosie does a super kick to RVD. Then number 17 comes out. The testicles with Stacy Keibler. Test.
Boo
Hi,
Test.
Stacey.
Yay, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Test does a power slam to Matt. Test does a pump handle slam to RVD. Test does the big boot choke in the corner to Matt Hardy. Then number 18 comes out. It's John Cena.
This is before John Cena got his superpowered jorts. So he's just out there in these long ass stupid ghettos jeans.
They're not even ghetto. They're just fucking weird.
Well, they're low hanging. They're like supposed to be low hanging, but since he has to wear them and wrestle in them, they're not low hanging, so they look stupid.
RVD does a backdrop to Eddie at this point in time, and Cena's just rapping the whole time.
Yes, great. I wrote all of it down. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it after we talk about the...
Oh god, he's going to recite John Cena's rapping. I don't know what's worse, a white guy rapping or
a white guy rapping.
40-plus-year-old rapper or white dude repressing...
I'm going to recite a white guy rapping from a white guy. Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh god.
Well, then number 19, Charlie Haas comes out.
John Cena's only 2 years younger than you, by the way.
So?
Eddie does a Hurricane Rana to Jericho. Then number 20 comes out. It's Rikishi.
Would you believe me if I told you at this point Rikishi had the most Rumble appearances at that point? With 8?
I mean, that's what they said on commentary, but I don't know.
And then they brought up the 2000 Rumble. I'm like, please don't bring up the 2000 Rumble.
I was surprised when I heard that. I was like, what?
JR didn't call him Rakishi on this one.
I wasn't paying enough attention. There was enough star power in this match to keep my attention that I wasn't paying too much attention to what JR was saying on commentary this time.
Rikishi hit a super kick on Matt Hardy, Chris Jericho, John Cena, and Charlie Haas. Rikishi did a corner splash to Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. Then number 21 comes out, and it's Jamal.
3-minute warning.
Jamal does a super kick to Rikishi.
Man, the Young Bucks and the Usos took all their wrestling style from this right here. Super kick parties for days from Rikishi, Jamal, and Rosie.
Rikishi did a super kick and a stink face to Jamal.
Jamal can, so JR says Jamal can probably tell us what Rikishi had for lunch.
Oh, fuck.
Gross, dude.
I'm not going to eat for a few days after that one.
Then number 22 came out, and it's the Big Red Machine, Kane.
Oh, he's a big red machine, all right.
Kane did a big boot to Test, did a sidewalk slam to Jericho.
Red Rocket Kane, Red Rocket.
Gross. Kane did a choke slam to Rico, and a double choke slam to Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. Then,
Man, what's with the Rumble and always having more people than 30 in the Rumble?
Then number 23, Shelton Benjamin came out, and Team Angle did their double team where Charlie Haas has a guy on the ropes and Benjamin jumps over and lands on their back, and they did that to John Cena.
It's like he knew. It's like Haas knew Benjamin was coming.
Really?
Maybe.
Then number 24 came
You
out.
should always know when your partner's coming. Then nobody's surprised.
Gross. Then number 24 came out, and it was Booker T.
How'd y'all like his Royal Rumble Rooney?
Well, dumb, because normally you would get thrown over the top.
Not so dumb. He didn't get thrown out.
Kane attempts to give Booker a choke slam. Booker reverses it and gives a scissors kick to Kane. RVD does a springboard leg drop to Matt Hardy at this point in time. Then we got number 25. It's A-Train.
Albert's in the match again.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that I made it all the way to the final 6?
What the fuck are those noises coming?
I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I was like excited because like I forgot it was called A-Train. I thought it was called Albert. I was like, oh crap, I'm in the final 6. Hell yeah! And I was like, oh yeah, it's right, he's A-Train. Damn it.
No, don't worry. You don't understand nicknames. You'll hear that little rant in a video later.
A-Train does the train wreck to Cena. A-Train does the derailleur to Benjamin. A-Train does another train wreck to RVD. Then Shawn Michaels comes out and attacks Jericho, and Michaels is a crossbody over the top rope to Jericho.
Can we talk about how amazing Chris Jericho was at not getting eliminated?
True.
Yeah, he was great. He did like 2 or 3 times. And the cameras were right there for him too.
When RVD threw him over the top, he was completely over and he barely caught the top rope to save himself.
Yeah, there was one he was on the ring post and like barely touching the floor. Like refs were like, the camera was right there. Looked great. Jericho was the MVP of this whole Rumble, by the way.
Then number 26 comes out and it's Maven.
I don't care. The moment that happens later is just fucking fantastic.
A-Train does a slam and a splash to Charlie Haas. Then we have number 27. It's Goldust.
The slowest pyro ever.
Goldust does a scoop slam to Benjamin. Goldust does the Shattered Dreams to Maven. And then Booker's just chopping the fuck out of Charlie Haas in the corner.
Show you my shattered dreams.
Then we got number 28, Batista.
Wow. His music sounds so weird now. Oh, I'm sorry, then. Sorry. When it doesn't have all the pyro and everything, it just sounds so strange.
Batista does a clothesline to Jamal. Test does a full Nelson slam to Batista. Batista does a spine buster to Rikishi. Then we have 29, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes in and does a clothesline to Benjamin, Maven, and Matt Hardy. Lesnar does an F5 to Matt Hardy. Cena does a suplex to Maven. A-Train does a bicycle kick to Batista. Then you get number 30, The Undertaker.
The best part about that is like right before they hit the clock to number 30, the crowd breaks out with a Taker chant because they knew it was coming. It was outstanding. I love crowds when they just like are just ready for it. I love it. So it's so much fun.
You mean like when everybody chanted Daniel Bryan and Rey Mysterio came out?
True.
The one time Rey ever got booed out of a building.
True. Yeah, pretty much.
Taker does a choke slam to Maven.
Dead man walking.
A-Train does the train wreck to Undertaker. Kane does a choke slam to Lesnar. Kane does a military press to RVD on the outside. Batista does a spine buster to Undertaker. Lesnar does a belly to belly to Batista. Lesnar does an F5 to Kane. Taker does a big boot to Lesnar. Taker does a tombstone to Lesnar. Taker hits Batista with a chair, who for some reason decided to distract Undertaker. And Brock Lesnar throws him out. Brock Lesnar wins.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. This Rumble was so much fun. God damn it. I mean, I'm sure it ranks in the top 3 of all times.
Yeah, so let's go over your notes, and then I'll go over eliminations. Then we'll do final ratings and final thoughts.
All right. So the Chris Jericho thing was brilliant. Heel work on Michaels, and that obviously perpetuates Michaels and Jericho at WrestleMania, which is an outstanding match. Nowinski is the smartest guy in the Rumble. Don't get in there if you don't have to. Don't get in there.
Yeah, but then no. Okay, so I'm going to interrupt you here because I have a thing to say about Nowinski not being very smart at all. So when he's still on the outside, you just call him the smartest man in the Rumble. Rey Mysterio puts himself over the top rope before he does a springboard, and Nowinski just watches it happen and then gets in the ring and attacks Rey from behind.
Yeah, he could have pulled Rey's leg, and Rey would have been out.
Oh, well, that's booking. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm saying.
If you're so smart, you could have fucking just pulled his leg.
Just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go off book and get fired and pull Rey out of the Rumble. It just makes more sense.
I thought the same thing as well. Eventually, he gets in the ring and he gets his friggin' ass kicked. So whatever.
He gets knocked the fuck out by Edge's dropkick.
He does.
Okay, so let's see here. So the Hall of Famers in this match are great. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of world titles between all of these guys. You want me to list those after this, or do you want me to list them as I go?
You can go or do whatever you want.
All right, Michaels and Jericho, Hall of Famers, 10 combined world titles. We get Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer, 3 world titles.
How many for Nowinski?
Absolutely none. Edge comes in, Hall of Famer, 11 world titles. And by the way, he speared. Everybody took spears from him. Edge looked freaking like all these guys look so young, obviously. Christian comes in. Okay, here's my next question about the world titles. Does the Universal title and the second version of the ECW title count as world titles?
ECW title doesn't count. I don't care what you say, Chris.
I say it fucking counts.
The World Heavyweight Championship and the Universal title count, but not the ECW Championship.
I think the ECW title counts.
I don't.
Also, the NWA TNA title counts.
I don't think the WWE version of the ECW title, when they gave it its own belt design that wasn't the original ECW title, counts.
I wish it didn't change designs, true, but I can't control that.
So Albert gets to make the deciding factor in the RW Podcast World Championship rankings. Does the ECW title count?
It does not.
Thank you.
Oh, you dick.
I donate all these books that really
Hold on.
people utilize these books that donated.
We can pause.
I hope that they use their minds to utilize all these books that donated. But they're going to think, what are you writing?
We're doing a podcast here, so if you don't mind.
This guy's...
There's chemistry, biology, thermodynamics, and then the books that are there.
Excellent.
Appreciate it.
I don't really.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I hope some people pick up knowledge.
Right on. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. like,
Don't worry, that'll be edited out, but that was fucking hilarious.
yeah, my guy's telling me a joke.
What are you writing down? We're doing a podcast over here.
Did you hear what you just said?
No.
So when I was, so as you were laughing about my reaction to him, he said, "Did I hear laughter?" And I said, "Yeah, you did. My guys were laughing about a joke they were telling each other." And he says, "Well, laughter is going to be great when I hang yourself and you're fucking get the fuck out of here."
The fuck?
I don't know, dude. He's drunk anyway. Okay, so
we might want to keep that in. Albert gets interrupted by random drunk dude.
Jesus Christ, that was a.
No.
He's talking about his fucking chemistry books down here. So I mean that's great and all, but.
No, Albert. The only reason why I think the ECW title counts is because the whole brand only had one belt.
It's not a world title at this point.
There you go. I win again.
Fuck.
All right, dude. Okay, so then Christian comes out, and he's a 4-time world champ, 2 times in the NWA, and then two world heavyweight titles. He tries to hook it out with Edge, and Edge is having none of it. I thought that was kind of funny.
And they called them brothers.
Chavo comes out, and nothing much happens with him except for he eats a 619. Let's see, Tajiri, the racism by Jerry Lawler is evident.
Chavo's got an ECW belt, but that doesn't count.
Yeah. So Tommy Dreamer comes out, and this is where like I get annoyed with like having the ECW guys from ECW have to bring out weapons wherever they come out, like to a rumble. They have the weapons. Like, come on, it's getting to be a stereotype now. It's getting stupid.
Hey, he's a one-time champion.
He was ECW world champ, one-time champ. I will say this though, the Mott took about like 8 kendo sticks and pretty much Edge and Dreamer ripped and tossed him out. I thought that was fucking brutal. Like, and then tossed him out.
Well, and then you gotta think too of the fact that he got Jericho so fucking hard. Jericho had a knot on his fucking forehead.
He got Jericho so fucking what?
Yeah, it was right between his eyes too.
Got Jericho so fucking what?
Hard.
There you go.
Stiff.
That doesn't make it any better. He got him hard and stiff.
Bull Buchanan, obviously no world titles, but JR had a great line. After Bull Buchanan got eliminated, he said, "Nice showing by B2, it just didn't last very long." I thought that was funny.
That's good.
He wasn't hard and stiff long enough.
Let's see, RVD, he had 2 world titles, because the third one didn't count, because it was their new ECW title.
Well, no, that's before the design change.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. He won the East. He won the.
When he won the WWE title and had the ECW championship, that does count because that's the original ECW championship.
He doesn't like when Mark Henry changed the design.
I don't like it after. I technically don't like it after Vince McMahon won it.
Yeah. But RVD also won the TNA World Title too, so there's it's at least two world titles for RVD.
3.
So at least 2. Stop fighting this.
Hey, RVD's was the good ECW title, the one that I have the replica of.
I don't think it was the original version though, bro. It was in 2005 when he won that. So it wasn't the original ECW.
But it was the same design, is what I'm saying.
He does. Okay, Legend doesn't like it when they change the design.
I don't like it after Vince won it. They basically decided this is. I didn't like it after ECW won it, or after ECW dismembered, to be honest. Which means only RVD, Big Show, and Bobby Lashley actually get credit for holding that belt.
I'll give Vince credit too. Fuck.
I bet that hurt your feelings, doesn't it?
Same with I'll give CM Punk credit. He held that belt.
Yeah.
All right, then we have Matt Hardy. He had. He's also is RVD in the Hall of Fame?
No.
I'd say RVD's Hall of Fame.
He's not in the Hall of Fame though.
No, not in it currently, but I'd put him in there. Got Impact kicked off a Twitch for a while.
What about Tommy Dreamer? Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No.
No, not so. Only Edge and Christian and Michaels, I think, are the only ones in this match officially. Oh, and Booker.
The fuck?
Yeah. Okay, so then we have Matt Hardy, who also will be in the Hall of Fame at some point. But he had two world titles. And you stole my thunder about the mustard thing, so thanks.
ECW title?
You hold your mouth shut on that world title.
That's not a world title.
I saw his reaction.
Let's see. Eddie Guerrero, Hall of Famer with one. Well, if he isn't, he should be.
He is in. He got in 2006.
All right, he won one world title. RVD had a cool RVD chant when he went up in the corner. He had somebody in the corner, and he got him a breaststroke and did the RVD thing. I thought that was kind of cool. And he got it back with a five-star frog splash. And that was more we hit RVD in the face. I'm glad RVD didn't get hurt.
Well, that's a regular frog splash. Apparently, only RVD's is 5 stars.
And
well, if Viscera did one, it'd be 7 stars.
Jeff Hardy will be a Hall of Famer at some point. He has 6 world titles.
Yep.
And let's see. There's a kind of a cool spot where, like, I think Shannon Moore gets in the ring, is trying to protect Matt Hardy. And it says, "Don't do the Swanton Bomb," and Jeff Swanton bombs both of them. But that was kind of funny.
Yeah, JR pulled it on commentary as he took the bullet for Hardy.
Yeah, and then look, he's laying on Hardy, so it hurts Hardy still.
It hurts him more.
Yeah, because he has like more pounds coming into him. Rosie comes out, Tess comes out. Hi, Stacy. Okay, so here we come to the cool part. So John Cena comes out. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's 16-time world champ. And here we go. This is the wrap. Okay. He doesn't have the. By the way, he doesn't have the Thugonomics team here. Is this like is the music that played? Is that what he plays when he freestyles during his SmackDown episodes?
No, he just would say he would just have the referee beatbox.
That was always cool, and one guy could do it too, legitimately.
Patton, Chad Patton.
All right, so here we go. All right, besides open mics, one thing that gets me boiled is an old school 30-man battle royal. I'm going to win this. I'm going to make my impression. Show Vinnie Mac I got ruthless aggression. Odds were even till you chose me. Now it's 29 dudes and one ruthless MC. Yo, kid, it doesn't matter. I'll rip your nose off. I can battle you naked with no clothes off. What you talking about, kid? 3 reasons I'm going to win this. Reason number 1, I cut you up like cucumbers. Reason number 2, as you can't approach this, I'll be choking like Spree will be choking coaches. Reason number 3 is hard for me to explain to you, but I'm going to win tonight and go on to WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble is just another test I've got to pass. You guys are like kicking with one leg. You're half-assed. Yo, what you talking about, kid? You can't touch this. Throw the double clutches if you're down with untouches. Yo, it's my year. I suggest you take the year off. I'm sick like Tyson when he bit Holyfield's ear off. It doesn't matter, kid. You should stop trying to defeat me. My style's like a swollen penis. You can't beat me.
All right, so that sounds like a perfect place to end.
How many times did you have to rewind it and write those lines down?
Lots.
My thing is, swollen. When you swollen penis don't beat me thing is.
I don't care about what STDs he has.
He should have said like his swollen penis. You can't beat me, but that makes more sense. But anyway, so JR says, oh, by the way, Lawler asks JR, hey JR, do you like his rap? And JR's like, he said 90 seconds of what the hell did you say? Great. JR's so funny. By the way, in case anybody anybody listening to this asks, yes, his rap did last less than 90 seconds.
Barely.
A minute 22. I'm just saying. But WWE went 20 more seconds before they introduced the next competitor. I'm just saying it went less than 90 seconds.
Okay. So when I go back and put this together, I'm gonna time how long it took you to recite said rap and see if you kept pace.
I don't think it was that. Well, he said it slower than I did. He also, but I'm sure it wasn't 90 seconds when I did it. It was probably barely 30. I read it faster than he did. Charlie Haas comes out. Nothing much.
No world titles.
Yeah, no world titles. Rikishi comes out. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Another Hall of Famer. Shannon Moore gets in this match about as much as Matt Hardy did. I mean, he was in there for a potential stink face, but we don't get it because
You sound so disappointed by the lack of Shannon Moore stink faces.
Well, I mean, if he's going to be in there, he ate a swanton bomb. Why can't he eat a stink face? I mean,
take the bump. Take the bump, Shannon.
Take the ass.
I was surprised they didn't have Jamal and Rosie when Jamal came in. They didn't have Jamal and Rosie kick a little ass, but I thought that was a missed opportunity. But it is what it is. Kane comes in. He's a Hall of Famer, and he has 2 world titles. JR says business has now picked up.
Technically, according to Dylan's logic, Kane's ECW title counts. It was before the belt design change.
All right, well, you guys can write your own damn list.
I'm okay with Kane not being champion. I said after Vince. That's my official stance. Is after Vince, it doesn't count anymore.
It was during this when Kane came out when Chris Jericho had that nice elimination spot where he was on the ring post and his feet were about 2 inches above the floor. They really good stuff. Let's see. By the way, the crowd is really starting to freaking get ramped up. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but they were stand. I bet they're just standing.
Well, because at this point in time, there's still stars to come out.
Yeah, and there's already stars in the ring. Benjamin comes out. Other than him double teaming with Haas, nothing happens. Booker T comes out, Hall of Famer, 6 world titles. He does the Royal Rumble Rooney. He eliminates Eddie Guerrero, which is really strange. I thought it was kind of funny. A-Train comes out, but something happened during that little spot was that Michaels came out and beat up Jericho.
No world titles for A-Train.
Yeah, it is what it is. And Maven comes out, no world titles. Nothing happens really. Goldust comes out, Hall of Famer. I don't think he won a world title anywhere either.
No.
Let's see. Batista comes out. He's a Hall of Famer, or he will be if he isn't yet. 6 world
technically,
titles.
he was supposed to go in this year, but COVID.
Fucking COVID. Batista
fucking
comes in.
COVID?
So Batista comes in. He's
No wonder
going
you're
to
not
be
here in
Hall of Famer. 6 world titles. And he eliminates Test, and JR says, to the dismay of his testicles, Test is eliminated. Okay, so Brock Lesnar comes in. He is an 8-time world champion.
Not a Hall of Famer yet.
He starts going crazy. Team Angle, see ya. Hardy, see ya. Taker chant breaks out. Then Undertaker comes out. Dead man walking. Hall of Famer, 7-time world champ, and he comes out on a bike. Which apparently he came back from injury. I didn't even know he was hurt ever really. On this version of his character, and then pretty much.
Albert, you want to hear a secret?
What?
He wasn't really hurt.
Oh, what did he do?
This was when his wife at the time, Sarah, gave birth to one of their children.
It's like Seth Rollins being hurt.
Like, he was supposed to be at the Rebellion pay-per-view against Lesnar in the main event, but then Edge got the match instead because of Taker's wife having a child.
Yeah, and there's no way Taker's going to say he took time off because his wife gave birth to a child, for sure. The spot where Maven tries to eliminate Taker and it turns around and Taker's like, fuck you, throws him out. Thought that was kind of fun. With a playback to the previous Rumble. Let's see. Bye, Maven, you're done. Let's see. The final 5. I mean, going down to the final 5. I mean, of course, when Albert gets eliminated, it pretty much goes downhill from there, right?
Nicknames, man. Nicknames.
A-Train.
So like final five is RVD, Kane, Lesnar, Taker, and Batista. God damn. And I got the same notes you had for the rest of it. Lesnar and then Taker had a couple of face-offs. It was basically this end of the match with Lesnar and Taker because they wanted to sell Taker putting over Lesnar so Lesnar could go get the belt, and then, Lesnar's like the next big thing, obviously, and he gets the rub from Taker. Great way to end the match. I wish Batista would have been there just a little bit more, but either way, he was in there just enough. It was all about Lesnar today, so
All right.
yeah.
Let me go over the eliminations then quick, and then we'll get to a rating.
All right.
So Shawn Michaels was eliminated first by Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho 14th by Test. Christopher Nowinski 2nd by Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio 3rd by Chris Jericho. Edge 10th by Chris Jericho. Christian 9th by Chris Jericho. Chavo Guerrero 8th by Edge. Tajiri 6th by Chris Jericho. Bill DeMott 4 by Edge. Tommy Dreamer 5 by Chris Jericho and Christian. B Squared 7 by Edge. Rob Van Dam 26 by Kane. Matt Hardy 21 by Brock Lesnar. Eddie Guerrero 13 by Booker T. Jeff Hardy 11 by Rob Van Dam. Rosie 12 by Kane. Test 17 by Batista. John Cena 22 by Undertaker. Charlie Haas 20 by Brock Lesnar. Rikishi 18 by Batista. Jamal 23 by Undertaker. Kane 28 by Undertaker. Shelton Benjamin should have been a world champion by now. 19 by Brock Lesnar. Booker T 16 by Team Angle. A-Train 25 by Rob Van Dam and Kane. Maven 24 by Undertaker. Goldust 15 by Team Angle. Batista 27 by Undertaker. Brock Lesnar's the winner, and Undertaker 29 by Brock Lesnar.
Damn.
Yeah. This might be the best Rumble ever. I mean, it's going to beat 92 by a mile. Yeah.
God, your rankings are all over the board ever since we started making you do more rankings.
So, what would you rank this match then, Albert?
I'm never going to give a Rumble a 10 because there's a lot of dead space, but I gave it a 9. It's good. It's freaking fantastic.
I gave it an 8.5.
I'll go 8.5 as well. A lot of... Let's just say, looking at this one compared to 2000, there's a lot more stars.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. There's more stars in the first 6 people to come in this match than there was in the first one.
I know.
In 2000.
It was like every time someone came out, I was like, holy shit, Hall of Famer, or soon to be, something, world titles, something. It's like, and I was like, well, I mean, this isn't compared to WrestleMania 17's Hall of Fame numbers. When we're keeping track of that, we're like almost like everybody on the card was in the Hall of Fame at some point or will be. But like this one is almost right there with it. I mean, like this is like the next generation after the Attitude Era, and they didn't disappoint. Batista, Lesnar, Cena, among others. Rey Mysterio is perhaps part of this era as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps. He debuted in 2002.
And Edge and Eddie Guerrero and Benoit and Angle. This whole show, aside from a whole bunch of hiccups in other matches, the show was good. I suggest watching all of it just to see what's good and what's not. You know what I'm saying?
I say skip Steiner and Triple H.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd start at Kurt Angle and Benoit and watch the Rumble and call it a day.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to watch the first couple matches, go for it. They're not great, but they're not offensive. You're not going to be like, I fucking hate this. You're just going to be like, it was all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and if anybody out there wants to learn what a bad match is and how it's booked and how it just should it should have been cut off when it was the Steiner Triple H match. If you want to watch it and find out what happens to a match when it goes too long or it's booked the wrong way or whatever, watch that because the crowd just turns on it on a dime.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we will be back next week with a show that is not in the U.S.
Yay! Fun.
So,
road trip. Yay, road trip.
All right.
bye.
Adios.